y'all know who it is and y'all know what time it is. It's that boy who, it's that boy what, it is that boy Ralphie. And yes, it is keeping it real with Ralphie. Now, I normally know when I come on my YouTube channel, I'm talking about wrestling the majority of the time. But I'm doing things a little bit different. You know, like I said on my Facebook page, if you are my friend on Facebook, or if you follow me on any platform of social media, I'm doing it a little different. I know men's mental health awareness was last month, but I just want to actually give my parts and my breakdowns to it that I actually want to sit here and talk about because I I have realized, what's been going on as of lately. When, of course, the thing with it is with men having, you feel me, with mental health. And I ain't gonna lie, mental health is something very serious that people needs to pay attention to because out nowadays, you feel me, it's scary because like I said, you never know what a person is dealing with on the outside. You never know what a person is going through on the outside. But, of course, like I said, I'm finna have these steps and breakdowns that I'm finna come up with, about my perspective of man's mental breakdown. So, of course, it said why man's mental health matters. I'm gonna say this. Too many men suffer in silence because we are told not to man up. Real talk, it takes more strength to admit you are struggling than pretending that you're fine. You gotta normalize saying that I'm not okay. Basically going with that method is, you have a lot of men out here that you of course, that literally, how can I put this in words? You have a lot of men out here nowadays, of course, that try to, of course, have that strong act. That try to put on that they're okay, but whole time deep down inside they're not okay. It's something really going on that's messing with you mentally. And when I say mentally, of course, it's, how can I say this? You feel me? You might feel this way one day and then the next day you feel another way. And it's like, I know there's no control of how we control our emotions, but hey, it's crazy because as men, they say we're not able to show our emotions. And then I have another breakdown. The pressure is real. Men deal with pressure always to be the provider, stay strong, never show emotions. And the build-ups, the stress, the burns out, the anxiety, it all adds up so fast. And basically meaning what it basically was saying it adds up so fast is because you gotta think about it. You probably, as a man, you probably get into it with your significant other. You probably get into it with a family member, or it's just something going on at your job, and it's something that's bothering you, and you fuck around and let it build up to the point where you damn near let it out on the wrong person that doesn't deserve that type of hostility. And it's like this, like I'm gonna say this. This is why we always say you have to sit down and have a one-on-one talk, either with siblings, with your parents, with your significant other, or whoever you feel comfortable to vent to, basically. And then, of course, I have another one that real stats to drop. Men are likely, I mean, men are way less likely to seek therapy. Men die by suicide 3 to 4 times more than women. Black men face extra pressure and fewer resources. Basically, what that means is, the thing is, us as men, I'm not gonna lie, we let our pride get in the damn way of everything that we do, which is so honestly true. We literally let our pride get in the way of so much. We let our pride get in the way of our emotions, how we supposed to think, all that. And it's like, don't get me wrong, and I'll be honest, there's nothing wrong with therapy, in my honest opinion. If you need to go seek therapy, please go see a therapist so you can have everything settled with yourself and have everything okay within yourself. Because like I said, like literally the second one, you have men out here committed suicide 41 North doing because they're not happy with their life or they just depressed. And that's exactly why I always say it's crazy because that's literally back to what I said the first time. You never know what a person is really dealing with in life. You never know what a person is going through on the outside. That's exactly why I be trying to tell some of these people that work, you feel me, that I work with. If you know you're dealing with something in life, man, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with saying I'm not okay. Can you hear me out? I ain't gonna lie, I always tell people, you can always vent to me. I'm always here, no matter what. And then the other one is called Speak Up, Bro. We need more honest conversations. Tell your boys when you are not good. Be that friend that checks on you. Yo, you straight? It hit different these days when you actually check on your homies, when you check on anybody, family members, any of that that's really going through something as we speak. But the thing with that is, and like I was saying, of course, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's plenty of days. You have my mom, you have my sister, you have my auntie, have my uncle. You even have my girlfriend that, you feel me, checks up on me if I'm too quiet. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, majority of the time when I'm quiet, there's nothing wrong going on. I'm just deep in thought and just really sitting here thinking in my head, you feel me? Like I wanna be somewhere more. I wanna be somewhere more than what I am now. And I ain't gonna lie, I am working towards that goal of being something better than what I am. But I'm gonna say this, and like I said, I have homies. I ain't gonna lie to you. We might not talk every day. We might not text or call each other every day, but on the regular, you feel me? I ain't gonna lie. Every once in the blue moon, I'll text one of my homies. He'd be like, "Are you cool, bro?" They'll probably text me and ask me if I'm cool, which is cool with that. You feel me? But hey, literally, you never know who day you can make if you check on them. And like I always say, there's nothing wrong with a conversation at all. Vent, you feel me? If you got something going on very personal, and don't get me wrong, even though we are living in a messy environment of the world where you have people that love to just go around and spread people business, you have some people out here that has a pure and genuine heart that will actually sit there and listen and won't say shit about your business. So, like I said, don't never be afraid to come to certain people, especially people that you can trust. There's nothing wrong with that. Then, of course, we have what helps. Therapy is not weakness. It's a healing journey. Prayer works. Go to the gym, listen to some music. Even just sitting there talking with somebody. You feel me? Start small. Say I'm not good. That's a win. That's a win in itself, if you want to technically be real, in my honest opinion. Because don't get me wrong, me personally, I'm not gonna lie. Music, me personally, I'm gonna break it down little by little. Music with me, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. So anybody knows, I listen to all genre music. I listen to hip hop, I listen to rock, I listen to all of it. You feel me? It's soothing. And you know what they say, music soothes the soul. Don't get me wrong, now all this new generation music that they have, I really don't listen to like that. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. And I'm just sitting here telling anybody, if you're going through something, please don't listen to Rod Wave or NBA Youngboy. They will get your ass in the shower crying, thinking about life. If anything, listen to some old school music. Listen to some OJs, listen to some Temptations. Listen to Michael Jackson. Not even gonna lie, you can listen to some Chris Brown. You can listen to any music that you feel that is soothing to your soul. That's gonna help you. That's gonna actually sit here and help you. Get through the day. Calm you down. Anything. I ain't gonna lie, going to the gym maybe 3 or 4 days out the week, it helps. Not gonna lie to you. Getting yourself in shape, getting your mental together, getting your physicality together, everything. Health is wealth is what they say. Of course. But and then on top of that, another one, you feel me? Hell, like I said, once again, going to therapy, there's nothing wrong with going to therapy. I'll tell anybody that. Even though I've never experienced going to therapy and all that, but even though down the line, pretty soon, I know pretty soon I am going to go down and talk to somebody about, you feel me, about everything that's going on in life. But other than that, y'all, like I said, when it's all said and done, there's nothing wrong with therapy. No, not at all. You feel me? As a man, and especially as for a man, if you feel the need to go talk to somebody, bro, go talk to that. Go talk to a therapist. Somebody that can help you out. You feel me? Somebody that's going to listen to your problems. Somebody that's not going to judge you. Because you do have a lot of judgmental people out here. And last but not least, talk about what not to do. Don't let it bottle up. Don't let your ego block your healing. Do not wait until you explode. Me personally, I will sit here and say the last one, I am a prime example of the last one. Do not, you feel me? Because if you let it bottle up, you're gonna fuck around and explode. When I say explode, you're gonna blow a goddamn gasket to the point where you dealing with so much. Whether it's dealing with personal stuff at the house, whether it's dealing with stuff at a job, if you let any of that bottle up to the point where you just ready to just explode, you're gonna end up letting that out on the wrong person. I'm just being completely real. And not even gonna hold you. Like I said, as men, we let our pride and our egos get in the way of everything that we have going on within life. And it's crazy because, like, if you technically want me to be real with it, don't get me wrong. I am one of those men. You know, I literally try to sit here and try to, you know, of course, I try to block my emotions out to the best of my abilities. But I ain't gonna hold you. It's like it's hard because I'm not a kid no more. You know, of course, as a kid, you feel me, you could brush that shit off with no problem. But as an adult, you gotta think about it. Life is a motherfucker because think about it. You gotta get up every day. You gotta go to work. You gotta, you feel me? You gotta deal with those problems at the job. You gotta, if you got bullshit going on at the house, you gotta come to the house and deal with the bullshit that's in the house. And it's like, you feel me? Like the thing with that is, as men, like I said, as men, they say we're never meant to show emotion, which is bullshit in itself. And I'm gonna just keep that 100 with y'all, because if that's the case, don't get me wrong. Yes, as men, we are logically intelligent, but emotionally, you literally have men out here. For example, I'm gonna use this for example. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. As men, when we feel the need to feel comfortable and share our emotions with our significant others, and you know I'm not gonna lie, in this era of time, it's sad because now you have to be careful what you say around people, especially family members and all. You have to be careful what you say around people, because the emotions that you might share with a person, they could use that shit against you, and that's even more hurtful in itself if you technically want to be real. When I say it's very, very, way more hurtful than, you feel me, than that. But you actually have some people out here that would actually, you know, that would actually sit there and listen, won't say nothing about, you feel me, what you got going on. They'll try to help you through it as much as possible, and that's a good thing. But it's very rare that you will come across somebody like that. And once again, I'm gonna use me as an example. My girlfriend, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. She's actually the first girl I can honestly sit here and say I'm comfortable with sharing my emotions with, because she doesn't, you feel me, she won't throw it back up in my face. See, the last situation I had to deal with, you feel me, I wasn't comfortable with. Like my past few situations that I had to deal with, I was not comfortable of sharing that because how they were. But with this one, you feel me, it's different because she actually helps me through. And then I'm gonna say this, fellas, and I'm gonna keep this all the way 100 with y'all. I repeat, do not be afraid to share your, you feel me? Don't be afraid to vent to your mother. Don't be afraid to vent to your sister. Don't be afraid to vent, you feel me, to siblings at all. Because, you feel me, like I said, for example, me and my sister, not even gonna hold y'all. When we have our little talks and everything, I literally sit there and listen to her because that's my oldest. She's older, first and foremost. And then, you feel me, of course, you know, she's just looking out for me. And everything, every bit of advice that my sister's giving me, I've listened to. And I'm not gonna hold you, you feel me? I love her for that because, you feel me, if anything, you feel me, like I said, if you have older siblings that look out for you and love for you, you feel me, there's nothing wrong with conversating with them, neither about your depression at all. Go to them. Same thing, go to your mother. If you got a real good, strong relationship with your mother or your father, go to either one. Hell, go to your aunt and your uncle. Go to your aunt and your uncle. They can help out. There's nothing wrong with it. And then of course you know, you feel me. I have my sister-in-law, which is Gina. You feel me? She gives me good advice as well. Because like I said, when it's all said and done, as man, I'm gonna say this again. Well, no, I ain't gonna say this. To all the men out there, if you are dealing with something, my brothers, I'm gonna tell y'all this. As black men, the moments we step out our doors and we actually go to work, I'm not saying we're being targeted, but we're judged off the color of our skin every single day. Even when we out here going to these jobs, providing for our families, providing for ourselves, of anything, trying to make a big difference in ourselves and make everything just, you feel me, everything that's good. But it's like I said, in this world we live in, depression, mental health, all that shit is just, it's how can I say this? Mental health is very, very important to focus on because, like I said, look how many men a day kill themselves due to mental health. Look how many people that's probably messed up behind it. And you know, like I said, it's not being notified enough to the point where people where you don't when you don't have people out here that don't check on their loved ones, or people that they just don't check on their friend, they don't check on their loved ones, period. And it's like, me personally, like I said, I check on literally, even though if I don't call you, if I don't call you and text you every day, trust and believe me, I'm gonna check up on you, especially if I ain't heard from you in a while. And of course, like I said, I did things a little different today because I'm like, don't get me wrong. I know I always talk about wrestling. There's nothing wrong with that. You feel me? Because I am a wrestling fan. Soon to be wrestler. I'm not gonna hold you. Because in the middle of I'm being a Mr. Trainer. But anywho, like I said, man's mental health. I'm gonna say it again, to all my brothers. If you need help, get the help, man. If you need therapy, go to therapy. There's nothing wrong with that. You are not weak because you're going to therapy. You are not, you feel me? You are not, literally, you are not as you got some of these masculinity ass women out here nowadays saying these be bitch ass niggas out here, but no, you are not a bitch ass nigga. If you show your emotions, brother. That's it, that's all. If you need to cry, bro, cry. Ain't nothing wrong with it. If you need to show your emotions, show them. There's nothing wrong with it, bro. We all literally, even though we're a man, we are told that we have to stay strong. We don't have to show emotion. That's bullshit in itself. Now, stay strong part, yes, you stay strong. But if you feeling emotional, man, show it. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Just being completely real. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this before I go. I'm not gonna lie to you. Since being 30, it's really shown me something. And it's like, I'm not gonna lie, it's true what they say. It's a big difference between your 20s and your 30s. Even though I'm just turning 30. When you turn 30, you want more for yourself as a person. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely finna work towards that goal of getting better in life with myself. Not even gonna lie, it's like, how can I say this in words? Like, don't get me wrong, like I said, I've been on the job for 10 years, almost 11. It's time for me to move around, it's time for me to elevate with a lot of things that's going on in life. And I'm not gonna lie, like I said, I want better for myself. I don't want to be able to stand still, none of that. So hey, sooner than later, anything can happen. But anywho, I'm gonna end this video by saying, I really just want to sit here and say thank you to all the people that show me love and that show me support, especially my family. Not even gonna sit here and lie. Family is key. Family is important. Like I said, it wouldn't be no keeping it real with Ralphie if it wasn't for Latanza, Devonna, Yolanda, Jay. I started off wrong. It wouldn't be a keeping it real with Ralphie if it wasn't for those up there, my lovely grandparents that create this beautiful foundation of us, which is, you feel me, Beatrice Jones, and James Brown Jr. If it wasn't for those two, it wouldn't be a keeping it real with Ralphie. But other than that, like I said, I love you, Mama. I love you, Devonna. I love you, Auntie. I love you, TC. I love you, Jay. I love you, Prince. I love you, Tracy and B. I love you, Veronica, and I love you, Gina. I love you, Naya, Yana, Nunuk, and Ari, and Parrish. I love all of y'all because literally, when it's all said and done, all of y'all push me till I can't get pushed no more. And I love all of y'all for that. And I thank y'all and I love y'all. But, like I said, to end this off, this is Ralphie. And we're all keeping it real, especially when times get hard. I love y'all and I thank y'all for the love and the support that y'all giving me. Peace.